Today for class, we will be learning how to create Native American coil pots. The legacy of Native American pottery is an ancient one dating back 2,000 years. Pottery making is an art and skill that is passed down from one generation to the next, and not all Native Americans created them. Some that did include the Cherokee, the Cheyenne, and the Shoshone. The clay used in traditional Native American pottery was usually gathered nearby the home. It was dug from the ground and appeared as hard, packed mud or soft stone. The clay was then purified, meaning that that all the rocks and mud were taken out, only leaving the clean clay. For our project, we will be using clay that is already purified. The next step is to then take a piece of clay and roll it out into a thin slab with a rolling pin. Once the slab is rolled out, you will take a template and create the shape for your base as seen in the picture. The next step is then to roll out coils, which are round pieces of clay that are quite long. The next step is the most important step, which is slipping and scoring. Scoring is when you use a needle tool or a tip of a sharp pencil to score the clay. When you score the clay, you use the tool to scratch marks into it, and then you put slip on it, which is watered down clay. This is the most important step because if you do not do this, your pieces will not stick together and they will crack when they dry. After slipping and scoring, you will then blend the coil to the base. You do this by taking your thumb and pushing the coil down into the base. You will then do the same thing to the outside of the piece, but this is optional. Next, you will then smooth the two pieces together. You can do this by using a tool such as a metal rib. Once you have finished smoothing with the rib, you will then start the process over. You will create another coil and then you will slip and score it. You will make scratch marks on both sides and also apply slip to both sides. You may then repeat the process again and again until you have made your pot taller. Then you can blend all of the coils together. Once you have blended all of the coils together, you may then smooth it if you wish. Although it is not optional that you smooth it, it does give it a nice clean surface. Another option instead of blending the coils together is to create designs out of the coils, as you can see in the picture. Once you are completely done with your coil pot, you will then let it air dry until it is bone dry, and then it will be fired in an electric kiln. Native Americans normally use open fire pits, but that is very toxic and dangerous today. Once your piece has been fired, it is then ready to glaze. Native Americans created many designs as seen in this picture and in the examples above. After it is done being glazed, it will then be fired again in an even hotter temperature, creating a glossy glaze. You will then be done with your coil pot